All right, when buyers are looking for a fast, fun Sunday driver, many turn to Porsche. That's how Jason pronounces it, although I know Matt Miller says Porsche. But there is an alternative, the $64,000 Lotus Evora. It's got 4 seats, sassy looks, and its own distinct design. Our car columnist Jason Harper is joining us now. He decided to spend some extra time with the Lotus around Malibu to see what the sporty little car is all about.
Lotus markets its latest creation, the Evora, like it's a go-kart for adults. And the world is your playground. Exciting? Absolutely. But what's it like on real roads? We spent a day joyriding along the Pacific Coast Highway and through the hills of Malibu. With a starting price of $64,000 and exotic looks in a tiny package, the 6-speed manual-equipped Evora is a sports car for purists. The handling is, in a word, perfection.
And this is a supercar in its own right, but it's sort of the mini supercar. It's a starter supercar. Less top speed, but all the fun.
0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds with a top speed of 162 miles an hour. Not as impressive as most modern sports cars. But the 276 horsepower V6 Toyota engine does deliver 27 miles per gallon highway. Made to carve canyon roads like a scalpel, the Evora is a pure Sunday afternoon driver. Since the 1950s, the British brand Lotus has earned racing glory with light cars and small engines. The Evora is an evolution of this. The motor is located behind the cockpit, a mid-engine design which gives the car balance.
This is all about the driving experience. It's a throwback, and that makes me really happy.
With a whisper of cargo room in the trunk and a passenger seat that's as cramped as the driver's, it's worlds away from practical.
Reverse, not your friend. You can't see out the back at all. I've got a little turret, like I can just kind of like spy at cars behind me.
The Evora offers an optional back seat, what car makers refer to as a 2+2. But you might have to lop off your legs to actually fit. Incredibly, the Evora is the biggest Lotus in current production.
However, getting inside is still a game of human origami. So, a lesson. Number 1, put your right foot in. Number 2, crouch comfortably. Number 3, shove your entire head inside and fall. Number 4, haul your left leg inside, slam the door, and voila, you're a member of the Lotus family.
Lotus is steadily upgrading its interiors to something approximating luxury. But I'm not so impressed with the aluminum buttons, the glare on the gauges, or the navigation system, which stopped working on me. Looking for more luxury in a mid-engine sports car, buy a Porsche Cayman S. But many drivers don't want a Porsche. They want to be different. With options, our test Evora costs around $76 grand. An $81,000 supercharged version is also available. Which might be nice, considering it's an ideal car those days when you can't escape the real world fast enough.
Jason, you have a great job, by
we
the
have
way.
fun.
I know. Apparently
Malibu, the Evora, it's a good mix.
You said it took hours to actually put that piece together.
Oh,
and,
those are 18-hour days. We've shot a bunch of, we wanted to spend some extra time doing reviews so the viewers could actually get inside the car.
And that's the idea. You have to wait until you're probably police-free, at least for a little stretch of the road.
Oh, we're always legal.
Hey, let me ask you, and I always ask a practical question because I'm a mom, I have 2 kids. Is this a practical car for driving? I mean, I saw how you had to do the human origami to fit into it.
No, this is not a car. This is Sunday drives. This is, you want to escape your real life. You want to escape the bills. This is not one of those cars you want to try to get groceries in. This is just for fun. It's a for fun car.
How was the driving experience, though? I mean, people I know who buy Porsches, who buy Ferraris, who buy cars in that class, love the experience of driving the car.
It's a purist experience. It's this idea that you want to just, there's not a lot of digital things between you and the car. This is really about as close as you can get to having an old school sports car experience, which is fantastic.
And that's an amazing price point, particularly because in my own head, I remember Pretty Woman when Richard Gere drove up in the Lotus that he couldn't drive and she could. Is Lotus making a comeback at this point? That was probably the last time I heard of Lotus.
Well, I mean, they are known well within the sort of sporting community, and they're talking about coming up with a whole new range of cars. But whether it's going to happen in the next couple of years remains to be seen. You know, money's tight for these type of cars, and at $65,000, it's somewhat reasonable for this price point. But you know, they're talking about making $150,000 cars, and it's going to be harder for them to do.
What do you think the best aspect of this car was? If you had to pick one thing that you really loved about it.
It really is the handling. It really just handles like a go-kart, and you know, you think about taking a left and you're already left, and that's brilliant.
All right, awesome, Jason. I'm looking forward to seeing more of these cars.
And you shall.
Yes, I'm sure you're looking forward to getting out there and doing more of these pieces. Thanks so much. That was our car columnist, Jason Harper, with a look at the Lotus Evora. $64,000? Wow.
Cheap.
Pretty cheap, relatively speaking. All right, Jason, good stuff.